what's up, boys? I got a new haircut, and now I look like a fucking rooster. Don't cheat on your barber, boys. When we look at self-improvement, I believe that one of the fundamental pillars of it is to stop doom scrolling, because I find that when I doom scroll for like an hour or two after abstaining from it for a while, wow, the anxiousness I get and just the effects on my mental health are so apparent. It's terrible. I'm sure we're all somewhat aware of the effects of doom scrolling. This unhealthy level of comparison to what we see on the screen of people with perfect lighting and perfect angles, and then we think we look hideous. And I think that comparison can also bring a lot of lack of presence in one's own life and affect one's charisma as well. Generally, social media promotes a lot of unhealthy themes that we don't really want to associate with. That's why we find ourselves deleting the app every so often, right? We've heard the effects of overstimulation. As we doom scroll, we're looking at new information every second, and then our brain gets restless. We can't focus properly when we're set to be doing tasks. Deleting the app is difficult because, for example, like Instagram, it's definitely a useful app for connecting with other people. It's an incredible leverage for social opportunity in our time, and it would be very difficult to miss out on such a powerful tool, I think it's important that we only let ourselves use Instagram or any social media application only when we are done with our important tasks for the day. No matter how badly you need to DM someone on Instagram, the detriments of opening the app is just ridiculous. An app like Instagram is split tested and scrutinized and engineered to be the most addictive it can be. Every color, font, text placement, interface styling you see on your screen is optimized to maximize the amount of time you spend on the app. The color of the app itself, it's been optimized to get you to click on it. That beautiful fucking magenta and yellow color. It's just too shiny for me to not press on it, right? So let's look at some techniques we can use to stop gooning on Instagram. Let's talk about self-image, how we perceive our own identity. I feel like this is something people don't really discuss about. It's a pretty fucking powerful technique. So a shift of identity would be something like this. Even though you have been scrolling Instagram for hours every single day, you start brainwashing yourself in your mind that I am not a doom scroller, I am not a doom scroller. You take pride in it. You just start saying that this is not the kind of person I am. It's not. It's absolutely delusional. But you start to build evidence for that identity. And you start to selectively see evidence for that identity. And also you realize that if you hold on to the thought of resisting doom scrolling and holding a very bad negative connotation towards it, you'll beat yourself up every time you finish doom scrolling, right? And you'll waste a lot of time beating yourself up. But if you learn to brainwash yourself, this is not the person I am, then you're able to just snap out of it and go back into doing the things you find to be important without the dead, idle, useless time of beating yourself up because you doom scrolled. And that is so powerful because it actually supports itself, because you're able to snap out of that beating yourself up from doom scrolling. You're also able to start building evidence that you are actually not a doom scroller, you're not a gooner, and that might help you doom scroll less and less. Of course, for some people, they might just use this as an excuse to doom scroll more because they never ever hold themselves accountable for doom scrolling in the first place. But hey, different techniques work for everybody. It's fine. Next, you really need to have goals that are important to you. Like, without goals that you can actually focus on, there's no point to stop doom scrolling, because biologically and fundamentally, we'll look for what is most stimulating and most dopamine inducing, right? That's just part of our nature. Alright? That's how we are hardwired. So if you want to resist that, then we need to find something cosmically way more important to us than the dopamine in the moment. And if you don't know what's important to you, then perhaps you need to stop doom scrolling and use that time to go and find out what is important to you instead. Sit there and journal about it, think about it, go and try new things. You can think of it like this. An egotistic way, you can delude yourself into this. While everyone else is doom scrolling, you're learning to play an instrument, you're learning to play chess, learn magic, all these autistic things, read a book, play cards or board games with another person. These are way cooler things than doom scrolling. And they add to your character, they make you more interesting. You're going to be more fun to hang around with because you know like cool tricks and shit. Go learn some stupid shit. It's way more interesting than doom scrolling. Go read a book or learn a handstand. make yourself feel special for not doom scrolling, right? We know it's detrimental for our health. So even if the way we delude ourselves is egotistic for now, let's think of it as an advantage that could get you to stop doom scrolling. If you spend that time learning skills in months, you will have so much more things about yourself you can sell to others. And studies actually shown that placebo can work even when someone is aware that the placebo is in play. And similarly, we can probably delude ourselves into an advantageous mindset. Our minds do not perceive reality as reality, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because we can only take in so many considerations at a time. If you look at a room and you tell yourself to see blue, the room is going to appear more blue than it is. If you tell yourself to see red, it's going to appear more red than it is. It's just part of the game. I think we've already seen this study before where there's like a circle and a bunch of people are dancing, and then your job is to count how many people leave and enter the circle. And then at the end of the video, they reveal to you that some random dude dressed in a fucking gorilla costume has walked past, waved at the camera, and you didn't even see it. Delusion can be a overpowered leverage, and we should learn how to use it. Find a mindset that's advantageous to you and then delude yourself on it. If we're going to be delusional anyway, at least let it work for us. The next technique will be to progressively overload it. When we go to the gym, and then we want to bicep curl 20 kg. But right now we can only do 5 kg. We don't try to do the 20 kg 500 times until we get it, because we're not going to get it, ever. We're probably going to tear a bicep tendon. So what do? We start with 5 kg. A month later we go to 6 kg. A month later we go to 7, 8, 9, 10. And eventually one day we'll hit the 20 kg. Or pounds if you live on the other side. You can week by week decrease your doom scrolling time. Try to hit goals. For example, this week I want an average of 4 hours of doom scrolling on Instagram, and then the next week I'll have 3 hours, and then the next week I'll have 2 hours, and so on and so forth. You try to push it down as much as you can. Personally, this doesn't work for me because I just couldn't be bothered, and the little bit of stimulation just built momentum to make me want to scroll more. I think that you should just not allow yourself to do it at all and shift the identity to you're just not a doom scroller. So anytime you spend on the app, it's just not you. That's not you. That was just like a random mistake you made. And you can pull yourself out of that doom scrolling back to your default, which is not a doom scroller. Don't keep thinking in your head, oh, I'm a doom scroller and I must stop it. I hate it. I'm a doom scroller. Don't remind yourself of that shit, right? Just start brainwashing yourself that you're not a doom scroller. I think that's the most effective method. And of course, you definitely need goals that are important to you, because if not, what the fuck are you gonna do with your time? Personally, I like to write, I like to read, I try to play chess when I'm actually very bored, or I'll just watch a TV show, listen to music, stare into blank space. It's low-key better than doom scrolling. Go on YouTube and watch a podcast or learn how to trade or something like that. That's what I do with my time. Yes, sometimes too much information is unnecessary and we don't need to keep watching videos and watch TV shows. Those can be a waste of time, but are they better than doom scrolling? Personally, I think infinitely. Doom scrolling is absolutely terrible. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking funny. Me and my friend, we send each other racist Down syndrome Instagram reels all the time, and it is really funny. But if we consume more than like 30 minutes of that, it's just completely meaningless. And how do we even control that? We can't guarantee ourselves that we only spend exactly 30 minutes or less doom scrolling. We can't calculatively control that because it is addicting. So the best way is to tell ourselves we're going to completely stop, and that's just not who we are. Then of course, now and then we will open the app because we are addicted and we lack self-control. You're gonna get your entertainment from the autistic, retarded, Down syndrome, racist Instagram reels anyway. Here or there, your friend is gonna show it to you anyway. Just quit. There's nothing you're missing out on. You've just convinced yourself that you're missing out on things, but there's really nothing to miss out on. Doom scrolling has really fucked me over, and it took me so long to realize how bad it actually was for me, until I would go on a few days of hiatus, and the day that I start scrolling again, I realize I am infinitely more anxious and restless and pissed off. And it's not good. It's really not good. Your mind wanders all over the place when you're doom scrolling, because you're just rushing to stimulate your brain with new thoughts and new information. If you are on self-improvement or your mental health is absolutely dog water and you're looking to improve it, or you're looking to be more productive, or you're looking to be happier, or you're looking to be less confused in life and find out more about yourself, doom scrolling negatively affects all these things. And once you can stop, you find that you make so much more progress, you're so much happier, everything is better without doom scrolling. We literally create our own problems because we doom scroll. It's just a terrible thing, honestly. And yeah, there is really funny content out there. Sometimes we come across a very beautiful reel that inspires us or things like that, but how often is that, and what is the trade-off? You're sacrificing like 1/3 of your life for that. If you can say for sure it's worth it and you have full control of yourself, by all means. I don't, and I don't think it's worth it at all, and that's why I'm gonna do whatever I can to reduce it as much as I can, if not completely get rid of it. I feel so much happier, I'm so much more productive. Since this morning I've barely touched my phone. Yes, I did check the time, okay, I'm sorry, but besides that I haven't opened any funny apps or scrolled or anything like that. And in the past 2 hours I wrote a video, I recorded one, and I've edited one, and that's pretty damn fucking productive for me. If you don't want to be mediocre, or you don't want to be constantly anxious, or you don't want to be constantly overthinking, or you don't want to be unable to focus, then stop doom scrolling, or at least try to reduce it to an insignificant amount. You got this, and take your time. Really take your time. Be patient with yourself and slowly get it out of your system. It's not something easy to quit. It's all over the place. Everyone does it. It's so difficult to quit. Anyway, I love you. Good luck. To a better world. My throat hurts.